Okay, welcome back, students. Okay, now we are going to discuss regarding that is organization structure of the hospital pharmacy. Okay, now we'll see organization structure. Okay, the organization structure of this hospital pharmacy. Okay, we are going to discuss now. Clear? And if you see this organization structure, this is that is the various departments, okay, that are going to be available in case of the hospital pharmacy. We'll call it as organization structure. Okay, we'll see what are the different clear, that is departments that are going to be available in case of hospital pharmacy. Okay, the first one, you will call it as administrative services division. Okay, you will call it as administrative services division. Okay, this is one of the department of this hospital pharmacy. Okay, what is that? Administrative services division. Okay, what is meant by this administrative services division, and what is the role of this administrative services division? See, that means this department is going to be plan and coordinate departmental activities. Okay, they can plan and also they can coordinate, okay, whatever the department activities, okay, that will be present. See, mainly this administrative services division, the function is they can plan as well as coordinate the departmental activities. See, that means whatever the works, okay, the hospital pharmacy are going to be, okay, doing that all the works, okay, they will made some plans, okay, and according to that they can coordinate the different departments. Clear? And next one is they can develop policies. See, what is meant by these policies? What is meant by this developing the policies here? Okay, here that means they can develop some principles. Clear? See, for the desired outcome. See, whatever the work they are going to be doing, okay, they are going to be developing some policies. Okay, policies, otherwise we will call it as some principles. Okay, so this administrative services division, they are going to be developing some principles, so that what happens, whatever the work this department is going to be doing, for desired outcomes they are going to be developing some policies. The next one is they can schedule the staff and provide supervision. Okay, they can also schedule the staff. Clear? And not only that, they can also supervise the staff. Clear? See, schedule the staff means at what time, clear, they have to go for the work and all those things. They can schedule the staff and also they can provide supervision also. Clear? See, and not only that, whatever the office staff will be present, clear, to that office staff also they can supervise. Clear? See, in this department, if there is any office staff, to that office staff also they can supervise. Okay, these are some functions related to this administrative services division. Okay, what are those? They can plan and coordinate departmental activities. And next one is they can develop the policies. Policies means here you remember the principles that are going to be developing for the desired outcomes. Okay, next one is they are going to be scheduling the staff and they can also supervise the staff. Clear? And next one is they can also supervise the office staff in that particular department. Okay, this is the one of the department in case of this hospital pharmacy. Okay, and next one is education and training division. Okay, what is that? Education and training division. Okay, this is also one of the department, education and training division. Clear? See, what this department is going to be doing here, they can coordinate programs of undergraduates. Okay, they can coordinate, okay, the programs for undergraduates. And not only that, they can participate in hospital wide educational programs. Okay, hospital wide, the educational programs. See what is meant by this hospital wise educational programs. See that means on the behalf of hospitals, clear some programs, okay, that are going to be okay done by these hospitals to educate the people, clear. See that type of hospital wide educational programs, okay, in that educational programs definitely this education and training division department of hospital pharmacy plays a very important role. Okay, not only that, they can also train newly employed pharmacy department staff. Okay, whatever the newly employed people, clear, they have joined in the hospital, this education and training division department, they can train those newly employed pharmacy department staff. Clear? So this is the second department, you will call it as education and training division. Okay, and next one is pharmaceutical research division. Okay, next department you are having, that is pharmaceutical research, okay, division. Okay, we'll see what is the role of this pharmaceutical research division. Clear, they can develop new formulations. Okay, they can develop new formulations. Clear? See, I already told you hospital pharmacy means in the hospital also they can manufacture the drugs. Clear? So they can develop new formulations, especially the dosage forms. Clear? Particularly the dosage forms. Clear? And also they can improve the formulation of existing products. Okay, they can also improve the formulation of existing products. See, that means already whatever the products that are going to be available in the hospital, for that existing products also they try to improve, okay, improve such kind of the formulations. Clear? So this is regarding the pharmaceutical research division. Okay, what they are doing here, they are going to be developing new formulations, especially the dosage forms. And next one is they can improve the formulations of existing products. Clear? And next one is inpatient service division. Okay, next department is inpatient, okay, service division. We'll see what is this inpatient service division. Here they are going to be provides medication for all the inpatients. Clear? They are going to be provide the medications to all the inpatients in 24 hours basis. See, that means 24 hours, clear, continuously this department is going to be continuously providing medications, clear, to the inpatients. Clear? And not only that, they can also inspect. Okay, they also inspect and control the drugs of all treatment areas. Clear? During the treatment areas, clear, whatever the medications they are going to be giving, they can inspect also. Okay, if they are inspecting, then if there is any abnormalities or if there is any adverse effects, those adverse effects also can be controlled with the help of this inpatient service division. Clear? And not only that, they can also cooperate with medical drug research. Clear? They can also cooperate with the medical drug research. That means those who are the medical drug researchers that are going to be available within the hospital, mainly these inpatient service division, they can cooperate with this medical drug research. Clear? So this is regarding the functions of this inpatient service division. Next we'll see outpatient service division. Okay, next we'll see what is this outpatient service division. Here they can compound and dispense the drugs. Mainly they can compound and dispense the drugs. See, not by their own, by the prescriptions. Clear? See, without the prescription, they cannot dispense the drugs. Clear here, these hospital pharmacies, they can compound and dispense outpatients, clear, by the prescription, okay, that are going to be prescribed by the physician. Clear. And not only that, here also they can inspect and control. Clear. Control the clinic and emergency service medication stations. Clear. Mainly these outpatient services division. See, normally inpatient means, I told you, see what they are going to be inspecting and control, that is whatever in the treatment areas, whatever the medications they are giving, that they are going to be inspecting and controlling. But here in case of outpatient, if you see, that means where they are inspecting and controlling, mainly in case of the clinical sources, that means during the diagnostic procedures, as well as in case of emergency. Clear. Service medications, in case of emergency service medication stations, they are going to be inspecting and controlling the drugs. Clear. And they can also maintain prescription records. See, mainly this department is going to be maintaining the prescription records. That means whatever the prescriptions are prescribed by the physician, all that prescriptions are going to be, okay, that is records, okay, that will be available in this outpatient service division. Clear. And next one is, they can provide, that is drug consultation services. They can also provide this drug consultation services. To whom they are going to be providing this drug consultation services? Both to the medical staff as well as to the medical students. Clear. What is this drug consultation? Okay, they can give some advice regarding the drugs to the medical staff as well as the medical students. Okay, this is regarding the outpatient service division. Okay, what is this outpatient service division here? See, they can compound and dispense the drugs to the outpatients, okay, based on the prescriptions prescribed by the physician. And next one is, they can inspect and control, okay, in the areas like clinical and emergency service medication stations. And they can also maintain some prescription records, and they can also provide the drug consultation services mainly to the medical staff and the students. Clear. And next department, okay, regarding this hospital pharmacy, if you see, that is drug information services. Clear. Particularly, you are also having this drug information services. See, but if you see here, there is rarely you can observe these type of drug information services in the hospital. Clear. We cannot see these kind of drug information services in our hospitals. Clear. But this plays a very important role here. See, what is the role here? They can provide drug information and drug therapy also. Clear. See, they can provide drug information and they can also provide the drug therapy. Clear. See, that means what happens here, if any physician, simply they can diagnose the disease, simply the doctor can diagnose the disease only. But if you see this hospital pharmacy staff, okay, mainly the drug information services department, those people are working here, they can give for that particular disease, they can, okay, give drug therapy itself, and also they are going to be give complete drug information regarding that particular drug. Clear. See, to whom they are going to be providing all this drug information and drug therapy? To the doctors. Clear. They can give information to these doctors, okay, they can give this information to the nurses, okay, and not only that, to the students, okay, that is medical students as well as the nursing students. Clear. If the any patients or their relatives, okay, they want the drug information in the hospital, they have to go for the drug information center that are going to be available under this hospital pharmacy. Okay, next one is, they can maintain the drug information. Clear. See, that means they are having some records of this drug information, all the drugs, okay, whatever they are giving, okay, all that maintaining, they are going to be maintaining that drug information. Clear? And also they prepare the hospital pharmacy newsletter. Okay, they can prepare this hospital pharmacy newsletters. See, what is this newsletters? See, suppose if they are finding any new adverse effects, or if they are finding out any new drugs, clear? And all those things they are going to be preparing, okay, in the hospital pharmacy newsletter. Okay, and not only that, they can maintain the literature files. See, what is the need of these literature files, and what is meant by this literature files? Clear? See, that means by using the net, clear, or by using the Google or any other softwares. See, these services, what they are doing, they are collecting some information regarding some drugs, clear. They are Google the different information regarding the different drugs, and they are going to be maintaining those literature files. See, why? Because the adverse effects they are finding means based on the literature surveys. Okay, sometimes, okay, that will be acting as a some proofs, clear, so that they can also maintain this literature files. Okay, this is one of the department. And next one is departmental service division. Okay, next one is, okay, departmental service division. Okay, we'll see what is this departmental service division. Here they can control and dispense IV fluids. Mainly they can control and dispense, okay, IV fluids. And next one is they can control and dispense controlled substances. Okay, you know regarding this IV fluids, but what is meant by this controlled substances? Okay, controlled substances means, if you see like anabolic steroids, clear. See, that means these type of steroids cannot be taken by all the individuals that are available in the hospital or outpatients or inpatients, but they can control and dispense these type of controlled substances like anabolic steroids and some drugs like codeine, clear. And also if you see, that is you know regarding some narcotics, clear, that will be acting as a drugs, clear. See, such kind of drugs, clear, whenever required, then only they can dispense such kind of drugs. Okay, that you will call it as a controlled substances. Okay, and next one is they can coordinate and control. They can coordinate and they can also control all drug delivery and distribution systems. Okay, that is drug delivery and distribution systems, clear. See, drug delivery means the route of administration. See, that means if they are dispensing one particular drug means it has to give in one particular route of administration. Okay, they cannot be given in other route, clear. Suppose if they are dispensing one injection, that is one parenteral drug, they cannot give it through the oral route. Definitely they have to give through the IV injections, clear. See, that means they are going to be coordinating and controlling this drug delivery and distribution systems. Okay, this is regarding the departmental service division. And next one is purchase and inventory control division. Okay, next we are having purchase and inventory control division. Okay, we'll see what is this purchase and inventory control division. Okay, see here the purchase means they can purchase all drugs. Okay, this department, they can purchase the drugs. Okay, they can receive the drugs. Not only purchasing, they can receiving the drugs, they can store the drugs, and they can distribute the drugs whenever it is required to a particular department. And not only that, they can also interviews, that is medical rep. Okay, you know that what is meant by this medical rep. Okay, medical representatives. Okay, whatever the medical representatives that are coming to the hospitals. Okay, these department, okay, purchase and inventory control division, they can interview those medical representatives. Clear? See, after interviewing those medical representatives, then only if they are satisfied, then only they are ready to purchase the medications from the medical representatives. Okay, see, and this is regarding the purchase and inventory control division. Okay, and next one is SA and quality control division. Okay, next one is SA and quality control division. You know what is meant by the SA. Okay, that means determining the percentage purity. Okay, we'll call it as an SA. But here, see, whatever the drugs they are going to be manufacturing, or whatever the purchasing, okay, the drugs, okay, they have to perform the analysis. Clear? They have to perform the analysis on products manufactured. Okay, whatever the drugs they are going to be manufactured in the hospital, and also whatever the drugs they have purchased. Clear? For these two they have to go perform this analysis. Clear? That means they are going to be finding out the purity of those drugs. Clear? The next one is they can develop, not only that, they can also develop and revise, okay, essay procedures. Clear? See, what is meant by this developing and revising the essay procedures? See, that means to perform the analysis, or to that is to find out the purity of certain drugs. They have some procedures. Is it clear? See, during this department, that is essay and quality control department, what they are doing, they continuously they did not follow only one procedure. Okay, to find out the purity of the drugs. Clear? See, routinely they are not using one simple procedure to find out the purity of the drugs. Clear? But they are what they are doing, routinely not using routinely, but they are developing and revising this essay procedures. Clear? Suppose 1 week they are going for one procedure, means definitely they will develop another procedure, or they can revise those procedures. Clear? To find out the purity of those drugs. Clear? Not only in the this hospital pharmacy, but also in pharmaceutical industries. If you see the quality control departments that are going to be available. Clear? See, that pharmaceutical company, they are getting, okay, these different manufacturing products for to find out the essay. Okay, those department staff also, they can go for the different essay procedures to find out the purity. That means they can also develop new procedures, they can revise those procedures, but continuously they cannot use single procedure to find out the essay as like we are using in the colleges. Clear? But in the, okay, industries or in the hospitals, regularly they are going to be developing and revising some, okay, new essay procedures, okay, to perform the these essays. Okay, and next one is manufacturing and packing division. Okay, next one is manufacturing and packing division. Okay, we'll see what happens in this manufacturing and packing division. Here they can manufacture wide variety of items. Clear? They can manufacture wide variety of items in common use. Clear? That means commonly or routinely whatever the drugs that are going to be, clear, that are going to be used in the hospital. Okay, such kind of medications they are going to be, okay, manufacturing those kind of drugs mainly in the hospital pharmacy. Clear? And also they can undertake some programs in product development. Clear? See, that means the same product whatever they are using, they cannot using, but they are going to be undertaking some programs regarding the product development. Okay, for further improvement of the drug, they are going to be undertaking some programs also. Clear? And next one is they can maintain a unit dose system. Okay, they are going to be maintaining a unit dose systems. So unit dose systems means what? See, if the that means it having that formulation having some particular dose. Clear that you will based on the units. Okay, unit dose systems will be available. See, because of that systems, what happens if they are dispensing or if they are distributing to the inpatients, it is very easy and safe to administer the drugs. Clear. So this is regarding the manufacturing and packing division. Next one is sterile product division. Okay, next one is sterile, okay, product division. See what this division is. They produce small volumes of parenterals. They are producing only small volumes of parenterals. Clear. See, suppose if you see in the industries that parenterals they are going to be preparing in bulk. Clear. But here hospital pharmacy they can produce only very small volume of parenterals. Clear. And they can also manufacture the sterile ophthalmics. Okay, only the sterile ophthalmics they are going to be manufacturing, and also they can manufacture that is irrigating solutions. Clear. And if you see this, what is meant by these irrigating solutions? These irrigating solutions are nothing but like okay, they can rinse an organ or the body cavities. Okay, the fluids that are going to be used for rinsing the okay organs or the body cavities, such kind of solutions you will call it as irrigating solutions. Mainly this division they are going to be manufacturing the sterile ophthalmics as well as the irrigating solutions. Okay, I think you know one best example for this irrigating solution is the Ringert solution whatever we had used. Clear. In case of the bioassays, okay, if you see the composition of that Ringert solution, clear, they are having sodium chloride, you are having sodium bicarbonate, you are having potassium chloride. Clear. You are having the glucose. Okay, all this, okay, you will call it as a Ringert solution, which is also one of the example for this irrigating solutions. Clear. And they can also prepare that is aseptic dilutions. Okay, they can also go for this aseptic dilutions. Clear. Of unstable sterile products. For what? For unstable sterile products. See, mostly what happens, they are going to be preparing a very stable sterile products. But here, this sterile product division, what they are doing, they are going for the aseptic dilutions, not for the septic. They are going for the aseptic dilutions of that unstable, okay, sterile injections. Okay, this is regarding the sterile product division. Okay, and next one is radio pharmaceutical service division. Next division is radio pharmaceutical service division. Radio pharmaceutical service division. See, this means here they are going to be procuring, okay, they are going to be procuring the and storage and also dispensing what that is radio isotopes. Clear. So this department are procuring the radioisotopes, storing the radioisotopes, and also the dispensing the radioisotopes. And mainly they are going to be used by the clinical practice. Clear. Mostly they are going to be used by this clinical practice. Okay, clinical practice means mainly for the diagnosis purpose. Clear. See where exactly they are using these radioisotopes, that means to determine the cancers. Clear. See, mainly if you see to find out the decay products inside our body, mainly they are going to be using these kind of radioisotopes. Clear. If you see, one of the best example for this radioisotopes is the technetium 99. Okay, this is the most commonly used. Okay, that you will call it as technetium 99. Okay, this is one of the most common radioisotopes that are going to be used in the hospitals. Okay, to find out the decay product. See, what is meant by the decay product? Suppose if there is any death inside our body, that can be find out with the help of this radio isotopes. Clear? See, that can also be maintained by one division. You will call it as radio pharmaceutical service division. Clear? This division, they are going to be procuring, storing and dispensing this radioisotopes, okay, that are going to be mainly used by this clinical practice people that are going to be available in the hospital. Okay, see, that's all students regarding the organization structure of the hospital pharmacy. Okay, what are the different departments? The first one is the administrative services division, and the second one is education and training division, and third one is pharmaceutical research division, and next one is inpatient service division, next one is outpatient service division, next one is drug information services division, next departmental service division, and next purchase and inventory control division, SA and quality control division, manufacturing and packaging division, sterile product division, and finally we had seen that is radio pharmaceutical service division. Okay, see, that's all students regarding